Hello，大家好，今天我们想跟大家聊一下最近一部很火的电影，叫《热辣滚烫》，来自贾玲导演的。那我们这次不会谈网上已经讨论过很多遍的是否抄袭了日本，或者是借鉴了日本那部《百元之恋》，或者里面那首张艺兴的配乐是否抄袭了韩国的，或者借鉴了韩国某位艺人的作品。我们今天主要来聊一下网上很少人会聊到，起码我目前没有看到的几个点。那我们会在接下来的聊天当中一个个带出来。首先，Yulia，你觉得这部电影好看吗
？To be honest, I thought it was okay. Maybe my expectations were too high, but to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed. What about you?
我觉得这部电影挺符合当下咱们国人的一个需求，就要打鸡血，需要奋斗，需要给更多的正能量，所以我觉得它获得一定成功是理所应当的。那所以Yulia，你不喜欢的点是什么？
So first of all, I want to say that obviously the accomplishment of this actress, and she's also the director, right, is very impressive. But my biggest problem with the film was that I think how people who weigh more are portrayed. And I think it's very, let's say, stereotypical, right? Like, she is fat, some people would say. She's super lazy, she doesn't have a job, she has zero confidence, she always speaks with a very quiet voice, she's a people pleaser. And I mean, obviously I know this is a role and this is probably exaggerated, but I think it absolutely not reflects the reality, right?
对，我记得在我印象当中，我认识的一些大尺码的朋友们，他们没有一个是贾玲描绘这样的一个人物，他们还是挺正常，或者说他们还是挺乐观的，说话也好，做事也好，我觉得就跟正常人一样。
I mean, there's probably some people who are really like this or in a similar situation, but I think in today's society, it's not possible to be like this. Like, don't have a job, you just, oh yeah, I forgot. And of course, she likes eating. It's a lot of unhealthy stuff. This was also part of her portrayal. And yeah, I think this was a little bit weird because in my opinion, if this person has a normal body and then this film is about, I don't know, finding a hobby, finding yourself, becoming stronger, becoming more healthy, I think the whole story or the whole message would still be the same. But since she lost a lot of weight, I feel like the focus is completely on her looks.
对，但是网上有一种观点，就是说，如果贾玲她不通过这种电影上夸张的这种艺术描绘手法，去从视觉上呈现出一个女孩的巨大的蜕变，那可能观众不一定会买单。观众可能觉得这个人物发展比较平平无奇，没有戏剧性的太大的变化。因为我相信贾玲她也希望她电影能大卖，能有更多的观众可以看得到，所以她想通过这种极度夸张的手法，让更多的人过来看电影，为她电影买单。
I think the problem is that she experienced a lot of disrespect in her life. And I think this is something that no matter which size you are, you always deserve respect as a person, as a human being. We're not talking about if it's healthy or not. This is just about everyone deserves respect. And this is something that she did not get. And she also doesn't have the confidence to stand up for herself.
我觉得这部电影它有一点做的不是特别到位，是整个电影通篇都是描绘贾玲她自己的问题，并没有去谈她周围的环境、周围的人的问题，也并没有去给出观众这些怎么去解决。所以这就让我们觉得，其实贾玲她本身错不大，她可能没有那么上进，比较懒，但周围的环境和周围的人对她却做出很多不正义的行为。
I mean, you could say that it's obvious, right? Like, we all know how they treat her is not good. But again, I feel like some people might think she deserves that. Because she's big, she deserves this kind of treatment, which is obviously wrong.
对，我们也不希望这部电影会给观众们带来这样的价值观。
Most people will understand that this kind of behavior is wrong.
但是有网友就说，这部电影完全没有指出所有对她的霸凌、对她的不公平待遇是错误的，包括镜头里边也没有体现。
Yeah, I think the problem is a little bit that because the film ends almost right after this competition, that we don't really see that much of a character development. Like, there was basically only one scene after the competition, I think. And I'm really glad that she rejected this guy in the end, because otherwise I would be so disappointed. But apart from that, we don't see, like, for example, she's more confident, or she doesn't let her family, especially her sister, treat her like this anymore. We don't see any of that. So you don't know if she still let other people disrespect her or not, or if in this aspect there has been some development. I think this is a little bit sad because I feel like if the film would be like a few minutes longer and show some scenes where she stands up for herself, the message would be even bigger.
还有一个有意思的画面，我跟你俩都注意到，就是他在跟他父亲吃饭的那一幕。当他父亲给他夹菜，他把菜里面的肉挪开了，只吃了其中的洋葱吧。对于这一点，你觉得他会给广大想要减肥或想要减脂的朋友带来怎样的误导？
It's a tiny scene, but I somehow paid attention to it. I think this is a little bit problematic because, so first of all, he's moving her body, which is obviously super important, but there's not much about her nutrition. And I think a lot of you have probably heard about this like 70-30 rule, which basically says that nutrition is even more important than moving your body. And I think it's, on the one hand, a little bit sad that we don't get to see more of how she tries to develop healthy eating habits. And on the other hand, this little scene, I'm also glad that not more of this was in the film, because scientifically it's never healthy to starve yourself.
对，这其实是一个误区，就包括很多人他们以为吃肉你就不会长肉，但实际上这是完全错误的一个观念。
Yeah.
因为有些人他们纯粹为了减肥减脂就只吃草，
Yeah.
只吃沙拉，这也是完全不健康的。因为我们知道每天我们人必须要有一定的基础蛋白质的摄入，而不是说一点都不沾。
This is another point that was not fully developed in this film.
最后我们来谈一下利益比较高的，就关于女权这个问题。那咱们其实也看到了，在电影的宣发阶段也大肆的去宣传，这个女导演是以女性为主角的一部非常励志女性成长的一部电影。但是我们看了这部电影也觉得它其实在一步步陷入了父系社会或者男权下的一个审美，也就是说它一步一步变成男性认为的最完美的那个自己，也就是说他的体重从这个大码变成了小码。所以在网上也有部分声音是认为这部电影的最大的成功也是他最大的失败，就是他最终活成了他最讨厌人的样子。可以这么理解吗？
I don't know if you can directly link beauty standards to the patriarchy, because it's not like men have set those beauty standards. I think it's men and women, because there's also a lot of women who will body shame. Like as soon as they see another girl who is not perfect, they will just make fun of her, etc. Women also push each other down a lot. But yeah, I think that's super hard, because of course I think many people can understand in some way that getting healthy, that is super important. But just being thin, no. Like it might give you some privilege in society, right? Because then you fit the social beauty standards or whatever, or men's beauty standards. But I think this is not the point, or this is not what the point should be. Being healthy, it was definitely part of the film, right? Because she was doing some sports. But because this whole nutrition part was missing, and from this one scene, maybe she starved herself to lose weight, I don't know. We cannot say if it's really healthy or if it's just thin. And I think it's very important that people understand that healthy doesn't equal thin, and thin doesn't equal healthy. And I think this is one of the biggest misunderstandings in society.
对，这是另外一个话题了，我们可以在后续的节目中去探讨。
That's it for today. Let us know what you think, if you've seen this film, and leave a comment. Bye bye.
Cheers!